All right, let's jump in and get this thing started. Hope everyone's having a good day. Just looking to build a personal study tracker that'll give us the ability to keep track of the amount of time that we are studying or whatever it is that we want to keep time and track of. We'll better store it in a database so that we can see progress and how we're doing day over day. And we'll be using nextjs to get this accomplished, supabase on the back end, and with authentication and a few other little fun things along the way. And we'll add a lot of different features and different things of that sort. But first and foremost, we must start with the basics, as always. Basics, basics, basics. So let's go ahead and get a directory up on our desktop. And from there, we will create, let's go ahead and get the terminal up so we can navigate to the desktop. And then from there, we will install our project, initialize Git, add a few things to make our lives easier, and then push this baby to vercel. Let's just get everything up and going. Hope everyone's staying warm and having a good day. And feel free to subscribe and drop a like and ask any questions that you have. Any suggestions? We'd love to hear about those as well. So first thing, we are on the desktop. Let's make a directory. We'll name this focus tracker. We'll cd into that directory. And then we'll do npx create next app at latest space and dots install in this directory. And we'll use the recommended defaults to get this thing going. If you are stopping by, we'd love to know where you're stopping by from. So feel free to say hello. Just coding a full stack applications. Any questions, just ask away. This is going to be a personal project that we're going to work on a daily basis while we're doing some other things as well. We'll get this out on the web and test up and out tonight, at least a version of it. And we'll come back and make it pretty and do all of those good things later on. But for right now, let's focus on getting this bad boy up and out on the net. Always looking to ship as quickly as possible. In just a few more minutes while this is installing. One second. So we're going to use vercel to help us with deployment. And we'll use day01 to help us with some styling and to make our lives a little easier in that regard. And I think we'll use supabase to persist our data. Will also take advantage of its authentication. I'm not sure if we'll use real time just yet, but nevertheless, we will take advantage appropriately. So we see that we have the project successfully installed. We'll do an LSA to see what's in the directory. So we have our project. And we'll go package.json just to see what's in our package.json, what version. So we have Next 16.1, React 19.2. This comes with Tailwind. Perfect. So we'll just exit out of this. And let's go nano global bows.css. Oh, misspelled something. No, it's in the app directory. So let's update these stylings. Go app. Then we'll go nano.globals.css. And in this file, we're just going to wipe all of this out. And we'll go body, HTML, root, dot app. Set the height to 100%, the width to 100%. I think that will be good. Let's see. Overflow on the X. We'll set that to hidden. Add apply text small. Cool. Save this. Enter. Control X. All right, let's get this thing up on the internet. I'm gonna open up a text editor. All right, just needed to configure my computer to acknowledge VS Code as the default editor. So when I type code space and dot within the terminal, I get VS Code to load up. So it has loaded up. Let me go ahead and get it up on screen. So we have it up and going at this point. Let me get it visual. Let's begin this editor. Code. Welcome app. There we go. Let's get this thing cleaned up a little bit so it could be a little better visually seen. And let's shrink that. Nobody wants to see that mug of mine. Would rather see the actual code. There we go. Let's do that and that. Just make sure this is easily viewable.
Feel better?
What's going on, my brother? How you doing, man? How are things your way? How are things your way, man? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Change this thing, man. Let's do instead of this. Let's do this. There we go. Let's shrink this a little bit. Man, good. I just did a couple of modules this morning, man, and I'm going to go live tonight doing another Try Hack Me module, and just show it online. But I decided to edit down one of the videos I did and just post it online just in case someone else needs some help with it. But it's going good, man. I'm enjoying it. The crazy thing is, it's crazy how learning about that is making me better at web development. I guess because I'm learning some intricacies that I didn't know, but I'm loving it. So I'm gonna build a little study mate tracker, man, so you can keep track of the amount of time that you're actually studying, and you can keep track of it by profile. So you'll just start out with creating a study session, set, the amount of time you want to work, the amount of time you want to break. And then from there, you'll be able to pick your cadence, whether you want to go for 4 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. And then we'll have a calendar view where we can see the days and keep track of the amount of time that we actually studied and doing whatever it is, whether it's coding, learning something, or whatever. And I'm gonna evolve it from there, deploy it, put it on the web, give it authentication, eventually make it give it a landing page with some form of SaaS, etc. But I'm gonna start out with it being for personal use and then go from there. But yeah, man, I appreciate you asking, man. But things are going good my way. How are things your way? What have you been up to? Let's see here. Let's check this out. Make sure all this looks good. Yep. Let's clean this page up. We'll go here. Remove all of this. Let's see if that makes it a little easier to see. Clean that up a little bit. Make sure it ain't too bad. Yeah. And then let's go ahead and get this thing on the well. I know the feeling. I should be relaxing as well too, man. But I just had an itch to code something, and I thought this would be something beneficial. But yeah, it's actually snowing here where I'm at, which is not very common to snow in this area or this side of the states, if you will. But we have because we don't get a lot of snow, the entire city is shut down. So just enjoying a day off from work personally, and deciding to do something a little productive while I'm at it. But how are your projects going? What do you got going on right now? You don't mind me asking? Let's make sure this thing is working. Let's run the terminal. npm run dev. Let's make sure all of this looks good. Go ahead and get this up on the web. Yeah, I'm gonna do this for a few hours, and then I'm gonna jump into some cybersecurity stuff later on. I just wanted to work on this a little bit. All right. Yes, it is. It's been a nice view, man. My son just actually came in from outside. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the rain either. Not a lot you can do with that. Oh, nice. So you're building a booklet application for a doctor with authentication, and then you can log in and see his calendar and book appointments with him. I'm in the U.S. I'm in the United States. Yep. Man, that's pretty dope, man. How did you get the client? That is always pretty cool, man. When you get a chance to do something for someone else. Nice. Nice. How did you get the client, man? Did you is that someone that you knew, or you just went door to door and showed them a project or two? I'm just gonna add Daisy UI real quick. Let me go get this thing up on Git. Um, Overflowing X hidden. Can I do the Y too for what we're making? Yeah, we can do the Y too. Over cold call, sweet. Now that's real hustle there, man. I love it, man. I love it. How frequently do you cold call, and what stack are you using? Man, that is pretty dope. Nice cold calling. That is true hustle. True hustle. Remember those days, man. Absolutely. All right, let's get this thing up on the web. And I will go with, yeah, that's the scene I got for later on. It works. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. It works. And he trusts your product. So did you have to give him a demonstration or anything, or did you send him a sample of what you could do for him? That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna get this thing up on Git, and then we will go ahead and I think it is Git new. We met and talked. Nice. Can you share what stack you're doing using for it? Nice, man. Are you going to turn this into a SaaS and potentially use this to introduce to other clients as well? What name is Focus Tracker? Let's copy this as we will need it. And copy this. All right, and let's get it going. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Awesome. Need a hand with anything, man, or perspective or anything? I'm here, man. I'm proud of you, man. Whenever you're ready, I'd love to see it. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's do get init. And then we'll do a get add. Get commit m chore init nextjs app and day01. Bit branch m. No, it's a big capital M main. No, I don't, man. I don't have an Instagram. I'm thinking of doing a Twitter, but I just have this, of course, and TikTok for right now. But I am thinking of doing a Twitter. Do you have an Instagram? Are you on any other platforms? All right, so we're on the main. And then we'll do a get remote add origin with the URL pasted in that we just copied. So we're adding those branches. And then now we'll do a get push dash u origin origin main. And we should be on GitHub now. Let's check it out. I will. I sure will. Let me give me a second. Let me get it and I will get it to you. Give me 1 second. I just started it not too long ago, and I'm still a little rusty with using it, but I will figure it out and get it in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Give me a second, man. I gotta figure out how to get it, and I sure will. Absolutely. Let me make sure. that these went through properly. Uh-oh. Let's see. See, get push dash u or rgin main says that we already. Let me see something. I think I need to log in. Let's to act up a little bit. So get this thing going right quick. Let's do this. Get remote dash v, and then we'll do get remote add ORIGIN, paste this in. Actually, this already had everything. I don't need to do all that. I can just do this. Didn't realize that. There we go. Now that should have did it. Let's do get remote dash v, fetch and push. Perfect. That should be get. So I think I added the get remote add, not realizing that it was already there. And that was the reason it didn't like me. So let's check it out now. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, we see our repo is now set up. So that is perfect. So let me, what do I want to do next? Let's go ahead and create the branches. All right, so now I want to set up different branches to have the ability to create on a development branch and also a production branch. The production branch will be what we have labeled currently as main, and our development branch, we will have staging, and we'll create additional branches that we'll make pull requests from at that point. based upon what features or whatever we're adding. That way we can test it before we move it to staging and then before we move it to development. So first we'll start by doing a get check out staging. I think we need to do a dash B. So get branch. Okay, so it's only showing the main branch, so it's not showing an additional branch created just yet. So let me go ahead and do that now. Let's do a get check out dash B for branch staging, and that's what this will create it and put us on that branch. Just to confirm, get branch, you see we're on staging. Then we'll do a get push origin staging to push what we have to that branch. Get push origin branch, yeah. And then we will do get branch just to verify. Perfect. Let's go ahead and switch back to X to get check out main. Perfect. So everything's up to date and we're currently on the main branch. And just to see everything that we have, let's do a get branch dash A. And we see we have main staging, remote origin, main remote origin staging perfectly. So we are locked in. So we'll be doing checkouts of staging and then adding additional branches as we code along. So great. So I think we'll go ahead and deploy to vercel now. And we'll have the ability to deploy in multiple stages. Let me make sure that Daisy UI is working first. Let's go LSA, and let's just go npm run dev. Let me switch over to coding. That looks good. Let's go back to localhost. That looks good. Let's make sure that this is working as we intend. Components button. We'll just copy one of the components, JSX. Add to this. Paste it in, Control S. Boom, we have them there, so we're good. All right, so I think first up, we have our home page. Let's kind of talk about or think about how we want this application to go. So I think we will have the ability to log in, and from there we'll be able to create sessions. But I think I better call it study sessions or something else so there's no conflict in the verbiage. And once you create the session, you have the ability to do either 50 minutes on, 10 minutes off, 30 minutes on, 5 minutes off, whatever your study cadence is. And you have the ability to set the duration of how long you want to study. Then once you do that, you'll be able to have a on-screen timer. And with the on-screen timer, you will see how long it'll keep track of time, decrementing it for you. So I start. Let's do this. Oh, let's do this. A window. And we need to grab the app. And I'll just pull this over for right now. So I'm not worried about that too much right now. But what I am concerned with is we set up the app. We create the Git repo. Next, we have the backend with supabase and authentication. We have deployment. I think I want the ability to timer decrement. We'll also need study sessions, daily view, and we'll do a weekly view, and we'll also do a monthly view. I'm gonna try to render as much of this as I can server side to stay true to nextjs, but as we need to distinguish or to toggle between the two, we'll do so. Won't be an issue. Certainly comfortable coding both ways. Let me see, what do we want to do next? So we can minimize that for right now. We have the terminal going. So I think let's go ahead and let's add in supabase. Or should we deploy? Let's go ahead and deploy next. Here. Go to vercel next. Give me a second here. All right, so we are at vercel, and it is free to use. We'll just go to add new, and we're adding a project. And our most recent is this focus tracker. Let's import it. This is the name of our project. It's pointing at the root directory. In a moment, we'll update it with the environment variables, but for right now, this will be suffice. And we'll just click deploy. Give it a few minutes. Hope everyone's doing pretty good out there. Would love to know where you're currently at and where you're stopping in from. Forget to give me a like and consider subscribing. I certainly appreciate the support. It is still processing. All right, continue the dashboard. This looks good. Congratulations. We'll just go continue the dashboard. And this is our domain. And we see our home page. We are live and deployed on vercel. So I think next up, we want to integrate supabase. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. All right, so this is development. This is production. I want to see the deployment so we can keep track of any failures. We can quickly see those and make adjustments as needed. Why don't we do this? To the terminal. Let's stop this. Let's have it going here instead. To the terminal, focus trackers, npm run dev. We'll run it the server, a local server from VS Code. That way it is easier to keep going. And we don't have to worry about the toggling back and forth. So basically, we'll be making two projects, a staging and a production tracker. Obviously, we have one URL as the production tracker. The other one will be for staging. So let's go ahead and integrate supabase now. Let's Google supabase nextjs. Let's go to supabase. This is the steps. And then we'll sign in. I'm going to sign in with GitHub. Just a few seconds. We already have one organization and one project. We'll create a second. This one is going to be called Focus Tracker. Let me copy this. store this somewhere. Give me a moment. There we go. And then we'll go with create new project. I should have changed this to Virginia. You want to pick the region that is closest to you for the best performance. I didn't select the appropriate one. It shouldn't be the end of the world, but just know I didn't select the appropriate one. And these are all of the example projects at the bottom, which you could always copy those. Let's see something. Make sure that's still visible pretty well. So this is the table editor. This is where we'll have our tables to organize our focus sessions. It's the database. And I'll need to capture a few items from this. API, sorry, I'm just looking for, I don't use supabase that frequently, so I don't have these items memorized. I think it's data API. Yep, data API, and then API keys. Perfect. Let me go ahead and add those into the environment variables. And they should be stored in a .env.local file in the root of the project. .env.local. So the first thing will be the supabase URL. And the second will be the public supabase AI key. These are the variable names that we'll need to store within the project that'll hold the connection to between our application and our database. So the first one is the AI key. And right here, it defaults to the publishable and secret API keys. I'm going with the legacy AI key. It's a fairly lengthy code, so it should be fairly lengthy. And I'm just going to change the view momentarily. Make this the AI key. And then you want to grab the publishable key. Change that really quick. I'm sorry, you'll want next the public URL, which is under data API project URL. You'll copy it, excuse me, the project URL, not public URL. You'll copy it and we'll paste it back into perfect. Thank you. So I think next, we need to install some packages for supabase. So start. So nextjs. So this is the initial step that we done, and we created the project within the supabase dashboard. We added the environment variables. It has the create tables that we can do next, but I'm going to wait on that, and we're going to set up. Yep. So it says it's ready to query now. I guess with that public connection string, but I'm gonna add authentication first. Let's set up auth. Is it password based with email verification? I think that's the one that we want. Flow, implicit flows work. So it is a method, export sign in with email that I'm assuming would import, and we have the ability to reset passwords as well. So that's pretty cool. But there's a so there's the client server redirect. Let's see, where is it? Oh, that's cool. You could use Firebase. Oh, that's right. It is. Authentication settings. We may come back to this. Not the third party part, but I saw the tenant documentation, which has me intrigued. But I first want to, using the SQL editor, setting up server side. I think this is it. Yep. So we need to install this next. There we go. We've already done that. We've already done that. Read the API keys for the full explanation of the API keys and the uses. So we'll start by installing the supabase dependencies, the helper packages. And then we need to set the environment variables, which we've done. We've added the project URL and the AI key, which you have the option to add the two. Then we'll need to create a client, which is to set up code to configure a supabase client to use cookies. Once you have the utility code, you can use the create client utility functions to get a properly configured supabase client. Use the browser client in the code that runs on the browser and the server client in code that runs on the server. Okay. So we have the ability to create both a client and also a setup for the server. All right, so let's get that set up next. The create client and the create server. Um, let's do this. Let's go lib. This is create client. Supabase. And then we'll name this client.ts. Paste this in. And I'm going to change this to the AI key. Takes care of that. Now we just need to add the server. You see I updated you can see I updated this. Now let's add a server.ts. And we can just copy this directly from the server.ts file. Just need to update this. Perfect. We have next, look up proxy decode, add some matcher to the proxy. So the proxy doesn't run on routes that don't access supabase. Need to come back to this proxy.ts. Congratulations, you're done. You're done. Congratulations, you've completed the walkthrough. Let me say it that way. So let me add the off and callback. So this needs to be off then callback in the app directory. This will be auth. Then callback. And it should be a route.ts. And we're just importing the server to create the client and next response so that we have something to do. And then we're going to redirect the user to dashboard once they are successfully logged in. So we'll go dashboard. And then here we'll go marketing. Dashboard. Page.tsx. Export default function dashboard page. I'll just return a div dashboard page. All right. I honestly think we've created everything that we need to do. Let me push these to get. I forgot to these. Let's push these to get now. I forgot to. So good French. All right. Let's go get status. Yep. We'll go get branch dash show dash current on main. git check out -b feature supabase -auth, and we'll do a git commit -m feature add supabase client server helpers. Yeah, but keep that simple. Client server helpers. Okay. And we'll do get push -u origin or IGIN features supabase -auth. Right? Get push -u origin supabase -auth. Okay. Let's do a get fetch origin. So I forgot to jump onto this branch before we created it. We'll go hard origin dash main. All right, that's gonna move it back to the initial setup. So next we want the feature branch to be based off the staging. So let's do get check out feature supabase -auth. Okay. Do a get fetch origin. Yep. Get rebase origin / staging. All right, so all of that is good. And basically what I just done was reset my main branch and then switch over to the feature supabase auth branch. And then we're just basically resetting it to make sure that it is aligned and it says everything is up to date. So we'll do a get push -- force with -lease. Everything's up to date. So we are good there. Something. Gotta close that out for now. I'm gonna keep that one open. That one open. We'll close that. Close that. Still ain't got a lot of room. So we have feature and staging perfect. All right, good, because I know we have a lib directory now. CD app ls. No, CD ls-a. Yeah, we got a lib directory, and this doesn't have one, so perfect. I need to check one more time. Staging. And everything. Get commit feature supabase server and browser update. Okay. Get push u gin features supabase dash off. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. We're going to bring this in to staging. Compare, looks good. And for a title, we can leave that as is. domain. Yeah, I got a failed deployment. Yeah. Staging. Get pull. All right, so let me add the environment variables. See something we did. Okay, so we switch back to that one. And let's do a get, fetch, origin. And then what I want to do is bring these two in. Perfect. So get check out staging. second here. This thing is tripping. It's running a something in the background that has now stopped that I need to fix. Just hang tight for a second. That is my dilemma. get check out future super base dash off. So new base should be staging, compare, feature off. We're just basically going to pull this in. Yeah. Looks good there. Sorry, thought you were seeing that. All right, all of that looks good. Now this looks good. So I think we are in a better space. I can't. Let's go get check out staging. Get merge feature superbase. Get push version staging. All right, let me update. Let's update vercel with these environment variables. All right. So that looks good. Let's check it out. Cool. looks good. So I think we are good with this. All right. What do we want to do next? I think we want to add login pages. Look, I got another bad deployment. Hmm? Hey, baby. Hmm? You ready to cook? Hmm? Okay. Yeah. I'm ready to throw it back.